The best thing for you to do is go, I want to have a list of people that have money or a list of people that have access to money so that as I find deals, I can say yes to almost everything. And guess what? These people become your best friends. Those are the kind of friends we want, right? Hey guys, we're gonna raise $1 million in about 2 hours, maybe even less. How am I gonna do that? Well, I'm gonna show you guys today why you should be connecting with my community, Subto, Gator, Top Tier TC, and why you should be going to our meetups. We have meetups in all 50 states. My community is running them every single week, or at the very least every single month. Today, we're in Salt Lake City. It's Sunday morning. It's 9:47 a.m. And we already have 40, 50 people showing up 20 minutes before the meetup starts. The meetup starts at 10, goes till 1. And in those couple of hours, I'm gonna show you guys conversations of how I'm gonna raise capital and what kind of conversations you should be having at a meetup. When you wonder, how do I raise money? Where are the private money lenders? This video should answer that question for you. So let's get into it. Hey guys, what's up? How many people skipped church this morning for this? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am an LDS boy, so I understand the Sabbath. Somebody told me in my DMs, like, bro, you're breaking the Sabbath by having a meetup on Sunday morning. I'm sorry. I could have done it yesterday, but yesterday's event was so long that I was like, I don't want to haul everybody out at like 10 o'clock at night, right? So this is a lot better. All right, who's never been to one of my meetups before? Holy moly, what?
Say what?
Like, you've never been to any one of our community meetups? No. Okay, so here's a couple of things. I never teach anything at these meetups, okay? Because you've been yelled at and screamed at by people on stage for freaking 12 hours. It's the last thing you want. What you want is you want to connect with people that are doing stuff, okay? How many people in here have private money? Anybody have private money? Let me ask this question a different way. If I had the greatest deal, like an RV park with no money down, but I need money for like construction costs, who has a little bit of money to put into that deal? Okay, see how more people raise their hand? Okay, could be 5 grand, could be 10 grand, could be 20 grand, whatever. How many people in here have done a real estate deal? Okay, cool. So you don't know this until you actually walk around and talk to people and meet them. I can tell you every single deal I've done involved another human being. It involves somebody had money, it involves somebody had a deal, right? So the most important thing that we do here at the meetups is you gotta connect with as many people as you possibly can, okay? Problem with Utah, I'm sorry for everybody that's in Utah, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. You guys are the hardest people to talk to. Actually, Idaho's the hardest, Utah's the second hardest. I don't know what it is, but they are a lot more quiet. They're reverent is the word I would use. They're very subdued at meetups. You go to Houston, you go to New York, you go to Miami, it is crazy how easy it is to talk to everybody. They want to tell you their whole life story. People in Utah and Idaho are a little bit more subdued, so you have to overcompensate and be the person that's going to reach a little bit further into the conversation to pull them in. You guys will see that today. What people will do is they'll just kind of stand there until people tell them what to do. So don't do that at meetups. Do what I'm going to tell everybody to do. So what are some questions you should be asking? Don't get caught into long conversations, by the way. You ever get caught into like a 15-minute conversation? You're like, oh my gosh, I got 20 more people I should be meeting around me. That's not what we're doing here today, okay? Don't get sucked into a 10-minute conversation. What everybody should be doing is being very succinct with what you're saying. I always tell people start out by asking, what do you have and what do you need? I'll give you an example, okay? What do you have, what do you need? This is your first meetup, you're not gonna have a good answer for it.
I have a lot of capital.
Oh my gosh, invest with me right now.
In terms of credit.
Okay, you have, okay, I don't want your credit, but you have capital.
I have some capital.
You mean you have like lines of credit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Who else here would want that money? I don't want that money, but who wants that money? Okay, there's a lot of people here that do want your money. There's people that are doing deals. So for 5, 6 years, what I've been doing is taking people on ride-alongs and just showing them how to do the business. The cool thing is that is compounded into a really powerful community of people that also now do that on my behalf. They carry that torch, and a lot of them, who's in my community here? So there's a lot of people here, probably 30% of the people here are already in my community. They know how to find deals, they know how to structure deals, they know all that kind of stuff. So don't just try and talk to me, okay? Talk to everybody else but me. I'd love to get a photo with everybody. Does anybody want a photo with me? Okay. I'd love to get a photo with you, but when you come up to me, I want you to tell me what you have and what you need. Okay, so you have access to capital, okay? And what's your name? Amanda. Do you guys remember Amanda? I kept pointing at her on stage yesterday. I was on stage and I go, I have bought all this with no credit, no cash, no credentials, and her answer was, what?
Say what?
So I picked on her a little bit. So Amanda, thank you for that yesterday. All right, so you have access to capital. What do you need? What do you want?
I want to get into this. I want to learn more, educate myself, and then make a deal.
There's only 3 ways to make money in real estate. Okay, only 3 ways. Being a real estate agent is not one of them. Anybody that's in here as a real estate agent is gonna, internally, they're gonna tell themselves a lie and they're gonna say, that guy's full of crap. You're not making money in real estate. You're making money for the person that is in real estate and you're getting a commission for doing so. There's a difference, okay? What are the 3 ways to make money in real estate? You can either find a deal and get paid a fee for finding that deal. That's called wholesaling. You can fix and flip or develop. Who here is a developer? Okay, so you've got developers here that are developing big stuff. So they buy a piece of dirt, or they buy a property, they either repair it, they tear it down, they build it up, and then what do? They sell it, right? So they're basically fixing and flipping. And then the 3rd way is what? Buying and holding.
Okay.
That's it. Those are the 3 umbrellas: wholesale, development, or buy and hold. You have to know what you want, okay? I'm gonna guess that you're not gonna wanna be a wholesaler. You probably are like, I wanna hold property and I want to have real wealth,
Yes.
okay? However, there are people in here that are like, all I want to do right now is wholesale. Typically, it's younger people. Who wants to wholesale in here right now? Who's in their wholesale phase? Okay, so about 20% of the group is like, I know I just want to find the deal, and then I want to bring it to somebody like Amanda. So does that mean you have to go out and find deals, or you just need to rely on those guys to bring you the deals? There you go. So you got to understand these things. You don't have to be the person that finds the deals. You just need to network with the people that are actively finding the deals. By the way, they're not agents. They're not acting as agents, okay? Can anybody tell I hate agents? I don't hate them. I just don't like the ones that don't want to learn actual real estate. So wholesaling is typically a full-time job. You can make really good money. Like Kevin, you guys saw Kevin, the 22-year-old kid. How is Kevin making his $500,000 this year? He's wholesaling a lot of those deals to people like me that want to buy and hold, okay? So he's like, I found the deal. I negotiated with the seller, a 0 down deal, pay me a finder's fee, 10 grand, 15 grand. I buy that deal, okay? That 15 grand comes from where? If I'm no money out of pocket, where does that 15 grand come from?
From your past investments that you...
Could be, but if I'm no personal cash into the deal, I might go to a girl like Amanda and go, hey Amanda, you have a line of credit. Do you want to come and be my partner on this deal? You bring the 15 grand and I'll let you be 50-50 partner with me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so because you have access to money, do you ever have to find a deal?
No, I need to find a wholesaler.
You need You learn really quickly. Do you see the point of the meetups?
I do.
Okay, so when I learned real estate and I learned all this stuff, it was a lady named Eileen Brown. She had been in the business for 41 years. She was 72 years old, still working in the title company. She still is almost 80. She's still working at the same title company. She actually showed me how to do this. So that's why we do these meetups, is to show people how to do it or connect with the people that know how to do it. Okay, so wholesaling. I don't know that you're much of a fix and flipper or a developer, just looking at your personality. You don't want to manage contractors. You don't want to deal with the headache. You want something a little bit more passive that you can rely on and be patient, that you know is going to go up, right? Okay, Jeremy does a lot of deals, by the way. Jeremy's our leader in Utah. So if you want to know Jeremy, unbelievable. So you got leaders here that do these meetups every single month. Okay, so you don't want to wholesale. You don't necessarily want to develop. So when a wholesaler comes to you and says, I have this really great fix and flip opportunity, is that a deal that you want?
No.
No. You say, I want to buy and hold.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to know what you want so that when you're meeting people, you can say, hi, my name is Pace. I have access to a line of credit. I'm looking to get into some deals. You've just told me what you have, and you just told me what you needed, right? So last time I was here, we did a meetup here 2 years ago upstairs, and I'm sitting here talking to a gentleman out of North Carolina. And he says, Pace, nice to meet you. Can I get a photo with you? I'm like, sure, but can we talk about real estate? And I go, what do you need? He goes, well, I have a problem. We have a development that we're almost done with, but I need $1 million to finish it. And I don't know where I'm gonna find the $1 million. I go, great. If I can find that $1 million for you, can you put me into that deal, even if it might not be my $1 million? Okay. And then he goes, yes, please. All right, I go, cool, thank you. I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes with you because I shouldn't. There's a lot of people here. I'm gonna find that $1 million for you. I literally don't even change where my feet are. I turn to my left and I meet a guy named Jody Evans. And I go, hey Jody, what do you have? What do you need? He goes, I have $1 million and I have no idea what to do with it.
Oh my God.
That literally happened on that second floor 2 years ago. So it was a 1031, so he 1031 $1 million into that development. I will end up making like $1.5 million on an introduction. Okay, so why are we here? Do you guys need to learn more stuff? No, this is the action taking part of this, where you go, I want to collect as many names and what they have and what they need as I possibly can, okay? Why? Well, because even if somebody, let's say Jeremy is like, I have a fix and flip, and that's not a good deal for you, the next person you meet is gonna say, anybody in here looking for a fix and flip here? Okay, there's probably 7 or 8 people that are like, I want a fix and flip. So if you talk to Jeremy and he has an opportunity coming down the pipe that's a fix and flip, wouldn't it make sense for you to introduce those 2 people and figure out how to make some money on that? Yes. Okay, what do you have, what do you need? Okay, how many people live in Utah currently? All right. I'm going to tell you guys something that's going to hurt some Utah people's feelings. I traveled the whole entire country. I talked to so many different groups of people. Utah and Idaho are the hardest people to talk to. You want to know why? Because we were taught, who here is LDS? Okay, whether you're LDS or you're not LDS, the culture of Utah is very LDS centric, even if you're not. I grew here for 18 years, so even if you're not LDS and you're like, no, he's not right, I'm right. You're wrong. We were taught to be reverent. When we're in sacrament meeting, we're not clapping, right? When somebody says something really powerful at the pulpit, we're quiet. That's our whole culture. And so when you guys are at meetups, there's this weird thing that people in Utah and Idaho, Mormons, or Mormon-centric culture, don't really spend a lot of time connecting with each other. So we're gonna break that today. Okay? How many names is a good amount of names to walk away with saying, I know what they have and I know what they need? What would you guys say? There's no way you're going to meet everybody. Let's make a goal. Everybody should have a goal, a bare minimum, like baseline. You came here, how many names would you be confident, like I walked away with this many names? There's currently 200 people here right now.
I'm going to go for
40?
I was going to go for 50.
50. Yeah. You guys think she could do you think she could do 50?
Yeah. Okay, I can do 60.
Okay, so let's reverse engineer this, okay? Let's reverse engineer it.
Come find me.
Yeah, everybody's gonna come right to Amanda.
I have a goal. I want to make it.
How much time do we have?
Okay, you have all the time. I don't. I'll be here for 2 hours. And it's a weird thing, but the more we do these meetups, people don't actually want me to talk. They want to just get a photo with me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. If I don't do photos, 2 days later, 3 days later, people DM me and go, dude, I wish I got a photo. So unfortunately, my job is to stand in one place and take photos with people. However, I have an objective today, which is very rare for me. I have an objective. I have $19 million in real estate that I need to raise $1 million for. So you see why I come to meetups. So I have $19 million. I have 2 multifamily deals in Texas that I'm buying on seller finance, but I need closing costs and renovations, okay? So seller's giving us 0 down, but I still have to pay for closing costs and renovations. See how I still need money? But I don't want to bring my money to the table. Why would you ever bring your own money to the table? You know what you're really doing? Is you're robbing yourself from a powerful relationship with a private money lender. Do you guys know why we don't use our own money in real estate? Rich people use leverage and rich people use other people's money. 100% of everybody I know uses leverage and other people's money. Why do I like using other people's money? They become my very best friends. Do you want to rob yourself from those relationships? Because you want to play small and go, I'm going to use my own little money. By the way, you'll end up running out of money very quickly if you end up buying 5, 6 deals. Okay, so the best thing for you to do is go, I want to have a list of people that have money or a list of people that have access to money so that as I find deals, I can say yes to almost everything. And guess what? These people become your best friends. Those are the kind of friends we want, right? Okay, so your goal is 50. My goal is to raise $1 million today. I can tell you by doing this for a long time, there's probably $7 or $8 million in this little group. Crazy, huh? Yeah. It's the craziest thing ever. People won't raise their hand, but there's people that will be like, I have $300,000 I don't know what to do with. I have $200,000 I don't know what to do with. Now they trust me because I put myself out there for a long time, but when I was first starting, nobody would tell me how much money they had. I had to pry it out of them. Okay, so you guys will have to do some of that work. I'm gonna pick one point. I'll end up taking photos for the next 2 hours, but you guys, do you guys think you could get 50 names? Here's their name, put them in your phone number, take a photo with them. Here's what they have, and here's what they need. Okay, who doesn't know what they have and who doesn't know what they need? Tell me, let's do one more example. Okay, cool, come, what's your name? Stand up here real fast so everybody sees you. Stand up right there. What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, give it up for Dennis, guys. All right, Dennis, have you ever done a deal before?
No, I'm a contractor.
I know the pain, brother. I know the pain.
It's really new to me, that's why I came here.
Okay, cool. So I was a contractor for 10 years, so I know exactly the plight of a contractor for sure. Okay, so you're a contractor now. Don't quit being a contractor. Don't ever quit your job until your real estate holdings pay for more than you make in your job. I see too many people quit their job and then, I'm gonna go full-time real estate. Don't do that. Buy some assets, let it replace your income before you quit. Okay, so you're a contractor. In your side time, would you rather spend your time finding a deal and letting somebody else buy it so you can make $10,000 on finding the deal? Would you rather fix and flip because you have resources and you understand how to fix and flip and how to manage contractors? Or would you rather buy and hold and put something in your portfolio and let it grow slowly?
I'm leaning towards buy and hold and fix and flip because I know how to do that.
Okay.
But wholesale is pretty enticing.
Okay, so wholesaling is Jeremy, would you say wholesaling is a full-time job?
I'd say double full-time job.
What I would do is I would say, here's what I have. I have an understanding of construction. I have access to people that know how to do construction. Why is that important for other people here? Do you live here in Utah?
I live in Idaho.
Who else is here in Idaho? Okay, dang, we got a lot of Idaho people. Would you like to know a contractor that actually show up to a job site?
I do stuff like that.
Okay, here we go. You see, she has something, right? She says, I have access to contractors. So that's, when you talk to somebody, you're gonna say, I have access to contractors that will actually show up to a job site. Everybody wants that.
I have a whole team of people that work with me.
Amazing. And more important, even if you're in Idaho, there's people in here in Utah, if they're coming, what's your name?
Jody.
Jody. If somebody comes and talks to you, Jody, and they say, oh, this is how small people think. They go, oh, you're in Idaho, you can't help me. Okay, yeah, maybe your relationships are in Idaho, but is your information of how you obtain these relationships and how you manage them, is that limited only to Idaho? So would it be smart for me to become your friend and learn how to maybe manage contractors, and how did you find these people? Does that make sense?
I'm a real estate agent.
Okay. Guys, I make babies with a real estate agent. I love it.
I've done flip. I've done it all.
Are you the kind of person maybe somebody like Dennis should be friends with, or other people should be friends with, that want to know that kind of knowledge? Confidently say yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Jody.
Okay, Jody. Guys, here's the problem. If I highlight the Dennises and the Jodys, you will go and focus on them. I don't have time to extract everything out of everybody, but I can tell you if I did and I took the time with everybody, I could find a gateway to making money with every single person here. Even the people that are like, I don't feel like I have value. If you and I spent 3 minutes together, I could find out how to make money with you. Because I do this so much, I know I can find the gateways, okay? So Dennis, what do you have? I'm a contractor, and I know how to manage contractors, and I have connections in Idaho. Are we doing meetups in Idaho?
Yes. We have a power hour.
There you go. Okay, our community is in all 50 states. These boys are absolutely amazing, okay? Michael, when are you doing your meetups?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday they do a power hour. What's a power hour? They get together and actually do the business live. So they make calls to sellers, calls to private lenders, they call agents, even though we don't like agents. So is that a place maybe you could be able to plug in?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So today's the day you get traction in moving forward. So you go, I don't know what to do. There's somebody in this crowd that can actually move you 10 steps forward today, and it's not me. Spend the time getting to know everybody. We have like 300 people here right now. What's the goal? What's your goal?
What and me? Oh,
What do you have? What do you need? And you need to know that about 50 people. So is anybody going to beat 50?
Yes.
There's always a young dude that wants to do it. Okay, so guys, we know the objective. 50, I think, is weak. I'm going to tell you right now. If you get in 50 conversations that last that long, you've missed out. I would shoot for like 75. That's still only 1/4 of the amount of people here. Are we ready? Yeah. All right, guys, get to work. Salt Lake City, Utah! Wow. Wow. Hey guys, I ended up raising a little over $3 million, way more money than I needed at this meetup. It was epic. Obviously, this is not the size of every meetup. This probably had about 400 people ended up showing up to this thing. It just kept growing and growing and growing. People were showing up at the very end. Dan Fleischman came and hung out. That was epic, guys. That was so freaking epic. So make sure you hit subscribe, you like, and whatever questions you have about raising private capital, please put them in the comments down below. See ya.